Okay. Aslam sir, shall we start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Yes. Yes, Nisha.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mr. Naik from third year CC Department AIT. It is our privilege to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's program, Dr. Aslam B Nandyal. Dr. Aslam B Nandyal is currently serving as the Learning and Development Lead at Alva's Institute of Engineering and Technology and is also VTU recognized research supervisor. He is an accomplished academician and professional with a strong expertise in computer and information science, combining academic depth with a real-world impact. In addition to his academic role, Dr. Nandyal is the managing partner at OSHA's Eclipse Techno Solutions, where he brings a leadership experience and practical exposure in cloud application and technology-driven solution. He is known for driving the skill-first learning ecosystem, organizing impactful workshops, training programs, and large-scale academic events that benefit both students and faculty. With a strong commitment to innovation, collaboration, and excellence, Dr. Aslam B Nandyal continues to contribute significantly to education, research, and industry engagement. We are truly honored to have you with us, sir. I now invite Dr. Aslam B Nandyal to take over the session. Over to you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, visible. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A very good evening, one and all. So first of all, uh, me having quite a limited time, so we'll try to have as much discussions as possible on the applications of digital forensics. And so just to begin with, so I thought we'll have a discussion on why digital forensics matter today, to be just the beginning topic, and then we'll define something related to digital forensics. Why, when do we call in digital forensics? Like, say, what is the thing that will help, or that will act as a triggering point in which we can have a correlation towards digital forensics when we should call the team. Then evidence sources in digital forensics. What are the different evidence sources we have? Where digital forensics is actually applied, role in incident response and risk decisions, and a couple of case studies at the end, wherein we'll try to see some real world scenarios where this kind of incidents happened. For that incident, what was the response and how this digital forensics helped in actually solving those incidents. Now, just to begin with, and just to give an have an outside of this particular topic that we are discussing, that is the applications of digital forensics. I just got this particular information from Statista, and the annual number of data compromises and individuals impacted in the United States from 2005 to 2024, that is last year. So considering from 2005 to 2024, now if you can see over here, starting from 2005, the number of data compromise being any sort of breach, like say it can be data breach, it can be a data exposure, it can be a data leaks, it can be anything in that matter. So when we started in 2005, that were somewhere around like say 157 million people, or 157 million data compromised were there, and the number of individuals impacted were also more or less somewhere on the same ground. But when you compare that for the last previous year's data, so that has reached to the magnitude of 3,205 data compromises in the United States. And again, as far as just a footnote on this, the people who are affected from in the United States, they might reside out of this particular United States territory as well. Now, the number of users who have been impacted is 1,350. So, considering these numbers, like 1,350 million users have been impacted by this particular set of data compromises. So definitely there is a huge demand and a huge requirement for people who are willing to get into this particular domain and get their hands-on experience, and then try to inculcate various skills that are required. And definitely we being in the teaching domain will definitely have to give a push to our students to take up these challenges, take up these roles in their future curriculum. Now, first and foremost thing, so why digital forensics actually matters today. So just to begin with, cybercrime is at an all-time high across industries and across regions. So so almost we are coming towards the end of this particular session, and we have many different speakers who have mentioned about so many different technologies, so many different techniques that these people that these hackers can actually try to utilize, and how the information can be siphoned, the credentials can be siphoned, so on, and so many things have been already been discussed. Now, considering the current time or the current scenarios, cybercrime is at an all-time high across industries. That is definitely true. Now, just to name a few, I've just going through when I was trying to prepare these slides, I was going through certain references, and I've given one references below, like say corbado.com, and it was basically a blog that was written based on what are the different kinds of data breaches we have in India. So when I was just going through, so can anyone tell me like what was the recent data breach that you have heard of? So if you want, you can just put in the chat box. Okay. So am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So just to give that particular number, like say in 2018 we had as far as the technical evidences on this particular claim is concerned, we don't have any technical evidence of someone hacking into the database. But in 2018, one of the major data breach happened that was related to the our Aadhaar data breach. So basically, the affected number of people were somewhere around 1.1 billion Indian residents. The data that was compromised was purportedly names, Aadhaar numbers, bank details, biometric data, fingerprints, iris, mobile numbers, and addresses. And as I mentioned, technically, in order to be sure of this particular hack that was getting happened, that was actually the credentials were being sold for a very meager amount by some unknown person, and that credentials were ultimately got exposed, and some people got access to that particular data. Similarly, we had one more breach in 2023, that was ICMR COVID-19 data breach. Then in 2020, we had Big Basket data breach. And similarly, we had SBI data breach in 2019. And recently, we had Boat data breach. That was like, say, all of you have heard of the company called as Boat. They make some, earphones kind of devices. So basically, their data was also breached. Somewhere around 7.5 million customers were affected. Similarly, we had Telangana Police Hawkeye app breach. So considering all these, just to name a few examples, so definitely cybercrime is at an all-time high across industries and regions. So just to suffix this, we have global cyber insurance market growth, which was in 2020 that was somewhere around 8 billion. Now it has drastically grown to $20 billion in 2025. So now if you just can consider this particular number, global cyber insurance people, these people, no, they provide insurance for all these various IT firms for any particular asset, whether it is software, whether it is hardware related data, whether it is whatever it might be, based on whatever the assets that they want to get their insurance done. So they go for these cyber insurance people, and this market is booming. So definitely there is a need, and digital forensics definitely will play a key role. Now, just to again to understand the same thing, nearly every business function relies on digital devices and data. Nowadays, you go for any small to small shop or any big enterprise, everything is getting transacted, or transactions are done on digital devices, may it be point of sale devices, be it any sort of other technology that is coming in. So every data is getting stored on digital devices. So digital evidence is critical to understand incidents, assess the impact that is made out of or that is come as an outcome of this particular incident, and support legal and insurance decisions. So defining digital forensics. So we'll just quickly go through this slide. So digital forensics is basically, as you already discussed from the earlier sessions as well, that is a branch of forensic science focused on recovering and investigation of material from digital devices. So it applies to digitally stored data used in everyday personal and business operations. So primary goals include examining evidence after an event and reconstructing timelines and impacts. So even the yesterday's session, Mr. Samarth Bhaskar Bhat was mentioning about how what is being conducted when you talk about any crime scene investigation. So, like say, you might have seen this in the movies. Like if there is any murder happen, some murder has happened, and some murderer got convicted. So police people will definitely first thing is they'll take that person to that particular spot, and they will try to reconstruct that whole crime scene. So they'll ask him to explain, okay, what was the thing, and you just go through the storyline and all those things. So why do they actually do that? So the basic no idea behind that is just to get a clear picture of whether he was the actual murderer or he was somebody else was then was done that murder, and he might be taking that blame on him, or what is the actual thing, actual scene. So how will you get that? So by reconstructing timelines and the impacts. So on the exact same note, so even in digital forensics as well, we need to reconstruct timelines. So the moment some incident happened, so the first and foremost thing is we start collecting evidence. So we will see we'll see that we will discuss in the next coming slides. So when do we call in digital forensics? So one example is like say employee wrongdoing. So employee wrongdoing or internal misconduct. It can be any simple scenarios, or even you might have heard of many different cases where some employee was there. He was having some issue with some of his colleagues, and by he might use their credentials to post something or somewhere which shouldn't have been posting, or somewhere something similar might have happened. So this is one example where definitely we need to investigate whether what has happened now, whether it was done by the same person or somebody else, somehow siphoned the credentials of that particular person and did that on his name. So that thing has to be considered. So this is one scenario that we can go for the application of digital forensics. Second point, ransomware. So ransomware, I think most of you have already know what do you mean by ransomware attacks. So basically any particular data that suddenly gets encrypted, we'll see a case study also on this, and you'll get a pop-up window. It will ask you for some particular amount. Until unless you pay that amount, that asset won't be released. Second one is related to the malware. So any malicious content that is getting injected into a particular network and that is replicating up to a very large extent, the moment it is getting replicated into a network and all those devices that are getting booted up, if you don't have a firewall properly configured in place, definitely these kind of malware can turn the whole network into something beyond imagination. Something, for example, you can consider DOS or DDoS attacks. Like say for example, denial of services in simplest layman terms. I can explain it in something like say there was a server. You are keeping that particular server so busy that he's not able to entertain any other valid incoming request. Why? Because you have kept that particular server completely busy. So this is why that particular server is denying that service for any other legitimate user. Similarly, when you talk about a DDoS attack, so how it can be done? So in simplest terms, like say somebody got access to your network, he injected that malware, and he made sure that through some means that particular malware is spreading rapidly to every device possible in your complete network. So now, if we can just imagine, if you are having 500 different computers that you might have used any internal IP addressing, and if you have 500 different machines that are getting booted up, so those 500 machines can be acting as a launch pad for the one who is trying to get into your network. So definitely at that particular point of a scenario, when these kind of things happen, definitely we'll have to make sure what are the different trails that we need to follow. Then the third and the point which we need to consider over here is cyber extortion incidents. I hope at least you might have heard of the movie Jamtara. So basically, that was Jamtar is basically a town in Jharkhand, and where these people have somehow, like, the whole town, almost every youngster in that particular town has learned how to do this spam calling, scamming people by various voice modulations and acting as if they are calling from some banks. So many different scenarios. Even, to be honest, even I got a call sometime, some 2, 3, 4 years back, stating that he was acting as if he's an army man, and he called me to ask some information related to that. I have my he was asking my, basically, a uh, ATM card. So he wanted me to click a picture of that ATM card, and even on the backside he wanted that CVV number. So these kind of cyber extortion incidents are been, for the last 5 years, have drastically increased. Like, say, you may people call them as digital arrest. Even recently also there was an incident, something like the person was got extorted for almost lakhs together of amount. That was one thing. And even many such incidents happen where people get siphoned off their account by just sharing the OTP or anything at that matter. So similarly, we'll talk about network breaches, intrusions, and unexplained system activity. Unexplained system activity might be anything. Like, say, in a normal scenario, how the system would have should have been behaving, that is not behaving in that way, but some drastic changes have been observed. At that particular point in time, definitely we will have to consider digital forensics. And then investigations which involve PII and PHI. PII basically is your personally identifiable information, and PHI is protected health information or any other sensitive data, digital data basically, that is coming into picture when we talk about digital forensics. Then what is the evidence sources in digital forensics? First evidence source that we'll be considering when you talk about, as a digital forensic person, you're trying to focus on to. First endpoint will be desktop, laptop, or any particular mobile devices that is being used in that particular scenario. Then servers, like either it might be on-premises server, that is standalone server, that is dedicated server in that particular intranet, or it is virtualized and somewhere hosted onto the, even on the cloud hosted systems. Either it is private cloud or it is a public cloud. In all these scenarios, they will have to consider the evidence source. Then what are the specialized systems that we need to consider for the under the digital forensics? So specialized systems can be any firewalls, proxies, POS, and DVR and NVR systems. So POS are nothing but your point of sale devices that are getting a lot of exposures recently, that more and more people, especially small and medium large scale businesses, they are going for these point of sale devices. Then we have DVR and NVR. Basically, these are related to your video recording systems. Then what are the other evidence sources that one has to go for? That it can be cloud platforms and even logs in that matter. So when you talk about cloud platforms, like, say, a particular firm can be using a particular software. Am I audible?
Yes, now you are audible, sir. Now.
Okay, so I was just explaining about the cloud platforms and logs. So these things can also be the evidence sources. For example, like, say, when a company is using a software as service, like, say, from like, say, any third party cloud provider, or even if they are using an infrastructure as a service kind of a platform, or even in that matter, Office 360 accounts or any custom applications, through which if some malicious code is getting injected into a given network, at that particular point also we need to consider these as evidence sources. By somehow, even if we get a small trace, that will ultimately reach help you reach the actual person who has done this malicious activity. So definitely that will be considered as an evidence source. Then logs providing sequencing, context, and cross system correlation. So when you talk about logs providing sequencing under digital forensics, the first and foremost thing is, whenever any particular device has been taken into custody as an evidence, So procuring that and considering the hash of the last log activity, whatever the activity was done. So preserving that will be the most crucial part. Now, where digital forensics is actually applied. Like, so what can be the different scenarios? First and foremost thing is law enforcement and legal.
આપણું મ્યુટ
So,
છે એમ ક્યાં બતાવશે
to support investigations, timelines, and
આપણે
evidentiary
મ્યુટ છે
proof.
એવું ક્યાં
Like, say, when you
બતાવશે
talk about implementing the law enforcement
એજ
and
એજ માઇક લખ્યું એજ ક્લિક કર માઇક
activities. It can be, like, say, any investigation. When you talk about any particular incident that has happened, like, say, somebody was trying to hack into some network, or they are trying to breach into a particular network, no matter what it is. And if there is any law enforcement agency, be it uh, CIA, CBI, or police department, or cybercrime or cyber police department, whatever it might be, when they start, so that will be considered as the application. Then insurance and cyber insurance validation claims. Now, talking about the scope of this particular domain, like, say, when you talk about the more and more people are, obviously they are getting more involved with the technology. They are getting more and more technology friendly, and they, by doing so, a lot of devices are getting, connected to the internet. And by since this the number of devices that are connecting to the internet, that is magnificently getting increasing. So the biggest challenge is, if some incident happened, if some breach happened, and if that particular IT company is trying to claim that, okay, I was we will discuss that in the case scenario also. Like, say, if a particular attack happened, and but due to that attack I lost some asset, I lost some data. So this this insurance company should pay me that amount that will help me regain that particular asset. In that case, who will be that person who will validate your claim? Now you are telling that your system has been hacked, and somehow you need that particular amount. But who will validate? So these digital forensic experts will play a very, very crucial role in validating these claims, determining the scope of that particular claim. Like, say, you might be claiming it for a very large scope, but the actual incident was not that at that level. In that case, who will determine that scope? That will be again the digital forensic team. Then assess the data exposure. If the data exposure is up to a very large extent, in that case, we need to consider who are the stakeholders that have to be provided an update of what actually happened. So there we have organization and corporate investigations to clarify incidents, to support litigation, and to have a regulatory response. Okay, if this incident happened, this was the scenario, and these are the regulatory responses that we need to give to each and every stakeholder of all that, for all these people, all the people who are involved in that particular event. Next is role in incident response and risk decisions. So digital forensics is a core element of modern incident response. It answers whether a breach occurred and what data or systems were impacted. So guides notification obligations, it remediation strategies, and legal risk management. So without having a proper digital forensics team, so there will not be a correlation between the any particular IT firm or the one who's the one insurance company that are providing insurance to all of their digital assets. So if you want to work, like, say, be it IT firm or be it the insurance agencies who are providing the insurance, if you want both of them to work in tandem, so we need to definitely have these uh, digital forensics people, and they will help you to obligate, remediate, and manage the legal risks involved. And uh, and what is the end-to-end digital forensics process? So I think we have almost reached as far as the time, but still we'll have a quick discussion on this, and I'll then directly explain the scenarios what we have considered here. So talking about end-to-end digital forensics process, we have identification, collection, analysis, documentation, and presentation. So basically, when you talk about identification, in phase one, what do you identify? Work with stakeholders to understand. Like, say, now let us assume we are as if you are We all are digital forensic experts who are trying to, go to that particular, try to understand, try to investigate what has actually happened. In that case, first phase will be how do you identify? You'll work with stakeholders to understand what were the issues that they observed. It's not about the one who is coming in that they have observed, but the stakeholders who like say if you're going to visit a particular company, who all were the employees who observed these issues and what were the timelines. As I mentioned, so reenacting that timeline is very important and very crucial to find all the connected dots to meet up to solve that particular case. Then the second point is to identify the affected systems, users, and what all accounts have been affected, and then the data source. Third point is assess what remediation steps may already have impacted evidence. So we need to consider all these steps in phase 1, that is identification. Second phase is collection. You target evidence sources based on the identification phase, collect data from servers, endpoints, networks, and cloud platforms, preserve data integrity, and create forensic copies where required. So when you talk about preserving data integrity and creating forensic copies, this is very, very crucial. And the earlier stages, when we had a discussion from Samarth Bhaskar sir, so he was mentioning about how when the evidence was collected at source, it collected all the data, but the way they were preserving from the police department, they had kept that into a metal almirah. And just by keeping that metal almirah, so the whole data got corrupted due to some other electromagnetic interferences. So especially any device like hard disk have to be preserved, especially in case of any legal forensic team that is coming into picture in that context. So definitely we need to have, or we need to take proper care in that at that point. Then the analysis. What do you do in analysis? So now talking about that evidence collection, and once if the proper evidence has been collected, then when you start analyzing, you need to correlate logs, artifacts across the system and devices, and identify what is the malicious activity, who provided, how he gained that unauthorized access, and what were the failures that led to that unauthorized access. Similarly, determine whether the sensitive data was accessed or exfiltrated, whether what the kind of data was accessed, what was not accessed, and how sensitive it was. Then phase 4 is documentation. Produce structured record of evidences and findings. Develop timelines showing sequences of key events. Ensure documentation is very clear, accurate, and defensible. Okay. Again, I'm just to reiterate, I've considered these points as if we are the one who are trying to investigate on a particular crime scene. Now, last one is the presentation. Most important and most crucial part if you are acting as a, the one who's implementing this particular investigation. Translate these technical findings to non-technical stakeholders. Why? Because your technical knowledge will not be able to, for the non-technical stakeholders, they will not be able to understand what has actually happened. So you need to make sure that presentation is having a proper valid documentation in normal terms, in normal ordinary language, in which that will be helpful for the stakeholders to understand. Focus on what happened, what is the impacted data, and what are the business implications. If you're like, say for example, in a particular scenario where a particular company's data was exposed, and all their customers' data was exposed, and in that customer data also what all data that you had kept, that whether you had encrypted it or whether you have not encrypted it. If it is not encrypted, if it is in a plain text format, and that is getting exposed to the one who's trying to intrude in that case, you need to make sure that information has to be presented to the end customer as well. Then enable informed remediation, notification, and risk decisions. We need to provide that to the non-technical stakeholders. So this is about end-to-end digital forensics process that we can consider in 5 different phases. Then we'll I just try to consider this as my conclusion on this particular case study. So here, let's consider we have a firm called as Smith's company. The owner's name is Smith. So by looking at that picture, let's try to understand what is the background story that had actually happened. So here we have 5 different phases: initial incident, discovery of ransomware, impact assessment and ransom payment, digital forensics and insurance involvement, analysis, reporting, and legal decision. So basically, Smith company is an organization focusing on logistics and as a local information technology infrastructure. Following, like say, it is a normal week in the office. So Mr. Smith, the owner of Smith company, returns to his office to discover that he is unable to log in into his computer, and he receives an authentication error even if he's entering the normal username and password properly, but still he is getting an authentication error. He contacts the information IT contractor from being in that particular firm, firm of logistics company. He no tries to contact to the IT contractor used by that particular firm. So the contractor, what he can do is he can logs into the Active Directory server to reset Smith's password. He'll try to, from being in that particular place only, he'll try to log in into that particular Active Directory to reset the Smith's password. And again, that person is also greeted by a ransom note that your asset has been freezed and that will be completely encrypted. So ransom note will be you have to pay so much of amount in either it is in cryptocurrencies or no matter what form of payment, and then only we'll be able to release that particular asset. Now, by looking at that particular message, the contractor then goes on site, investigates to determine the scope of the current issue and the impact on Smith Company operations. It is determined that email, workstation logins, files on workstations, and even servers, including backups, everything, and the primary production applications, all are encrypted, and therefore, or every asset has become inoperable. Okay, so the contractor provides the contact information for a vendor to assist in remediation and describes the process of ransom negotiation to the vendor will be engaging in. So here, now what's happening is that IT firm that is providing support to the logistics company, who are basically running the show on behalf of logistics company, they are telling we need to have one mediator who will act as a mediator between your the one who has done this, who is acting, who is asking for a ransom, and between your firm. So he'll act as a mediator. So now what will happen is the vendor negotiates with the threat actor and Smith company pays the ransom. So now Smith company, they will contact their insurance company seeking remuneration for the expense involved in the event to recover the pre-loss condition. Now, however, we need to have like, because logistics company, it has to be up and running 24/7. All their assets have been frozen and everything has been kept on hold. Now, in order to get those things, obviously they will pay some ransom amount. Like say one example might be cryptocurrencies or somehow. And after getting that asset released, so going back, so definitely the next thing is they will, if since they have an insurance, they will ask them for a payment on this particular thing. So the insurance company then retains a digital forensics expert and breach coach on behalf of Smith company to investigate relevant devices to determine the scope of the assets data and whether data exfiltration occurred. So the digital forensics expert collect logs and historical data. First thing is as the digital forensic expert, he'll have to collect logs for the date of loss and historical data where available.
Yeah, Aslam sir, you're not early audible.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Fine. So basically here what's happening is, I hope I have covered the initial parts. Till that time I was audible, sir. So looking at this particular, yes.
Okay. This particular fine is just now
Okay.
one less than 30 seconds.
So the forensic expert uses the network switches and they will also use the firewalls to support the findings from the operating system level analysis of the workstations or servers. A detailed report is provided to the insurance company that will outline the finding of the analysis, including a timeline of activities. This report will allow all parties involved to utilize this information with the guidance of legal counsel to determine proper methods to inform the impacted party. Similarly, we had one more case study where the one more implementation was the service got interrupted and the digital forensics team how did they understood what was actually happened. So just I will quickly give you one particular example. Again, Smith Company is an organization which is basically running the logistic team. And what is the scenario here as of now is they have recruited a new person who has joined in, and like say he started working, and what's happening is following a normal day of work, like owner of Smith Co returns to his office to discover that is he's unable to log in into his computer and receives an authentication error. Now when he contacts the newly hired IT contractor used by him to establish the support their infrastructure, the contractor logs into the Active Directory. So next, the recently logged in one, here the contractor logs into the again the Active Directory to reset Smith's password and is unable, receiving a connection failure error. The contractor then goes to the on-site to investigate to determine the scope of the current issue and the impact of Smith Company's operation. The contractor attempts when he goes on site, when he tries to attempt no, to power on the Smith's company's devices, he got like say mixed results. It is determined that approximately half of the systems are down, like say half of the servers are not restarting, and which like say basically it is warranting that is not available, there is no available backup also for the method of recovery. So now the digital forensic expert will come into picture. He will collect the log for the data of observed activity, historical data where available for infrastructure including power distribution units, service servers, workstations, firewalls, and network switches. Now, after doing a thorough analysis, what they'll come to know is the forensic correlates that the gathered data across devices to get a complete picture of the network operation. The investigation reveals that the former IT contractor's account was used to sign in and to delete key operating systems and application files on the impacted machines, as well as to change the configuration of Office 365 and OneDrive to render them inoperable. So a detailed analysis will be done and then it will be provided to the insurance firm, so that okay, what is the damage and how it can be no, some level of damage control can be done from that point onward. So what were the lessons that we learned from these two scenario case studies that was provided there? So digital forensics goes beyond just malware detection. If there are many lot of things that we need to take into consideration. Early evidence, as early as possible. Early evidence preservation is very critical. Findings directly inform legal, insurance, and recovery decisions. So why timing and expertise matter? Evidence degrades, and even if there is any lethargy in preserving a particular evidence, in that case, in that context, for example, if it is a hard drive or anything, we need to have any some devices or some a bag, something like Faraday's bags or Faraday's box, something like that, without which there might be some issues. So yeah, just to conclude, protecting digital access. So why we are using this digital forensics links technical events to real world impact. It supports accountability and fair outcomes and informed decisions. It is now a core capability of digital dependent organization. Why we are selling why we are telling this is because when you talk about the push that has been given in India right now is we want more and more digital warriors, and even we need more and more cyber warriors to be prepared for next level of cyber security attacks that might be coming in future. So we have few cyber forensic solution providers. Just have collected some data on this cyber forensic solution providers, and even these are mobile device no forensic solutions, final mobile forensics and other things. So I'll provide the slides in a PDF document. So I hope if you have any doubts, we can discuss on this point. If you have any doubts related to this, we can have a discussion. So we have almost time is 6:40 now. So we have come to the end to this particular session. If you have any doubts, we can have a discussion on that.
Thank you very much, sir, for your informative sessions. As a co-coordinator, you have done is a very good informative session for the participant. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, Ramya.
Yes, sir. I'm here only, sir. Am I audible, sir? Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
You are audible, yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Just a minute. I will just confirm
Okay.
with the chief guest. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Vasudeva, sir, I think
Yes,
you
sir.
have joined.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
can
am
you-
available. Yes, yes.
Are you able to come with a video, sir?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. Samarth, sir.
Am I visible, sir?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Shall we start the session? Yes. Ramya?
Shall I start, sir?
Yeah, start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Before we proceed with the valedictory address, it is my honor to formally acknowledge the dignitaries who are gracing this occasion. We are privileged to have with us today's chief guest, Dr. Vasudeva Acharya, the guest of honor, Mr. Samarth Bhaskar, Principal of AIET, Dr. Peter Fernandes, FDP Coordinator, Dr. Manjunath Kotari, sir, and FDP Co-Coordinator, Dr. Aslam B Nandyal. We are truly honored by the presence of these distinguished academicians, professionals, and all the faculty members and the participants whose support and guidance add great value to today's valedictory ceremony. It is now my proud privilege to introduce our today's chief guest, Dr. Vasudeva Acharya. Dr. Vasudeva Acharya is presently working as a professor in the Department of Information and Science and Engineering at NMAM Institute of Technology, NItte. He has over 20 years of rich teaching experience, having served at KVG College of Engineering, Sulia, Srinivas Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangaluru, National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Surakal, and Sri Madhva Vadiraja Institute of Technology and Management, Bantakal. He completed his post-graduation from Karnataka Regional Engineering College, Suratkal, and obtained his PhD from National Institute of Technology, Suratkal, in the area of graph theory and applications under the guidance of Professor S.M. Hegde. His doctoral thesis was awarded the best thesis in computer science and engineering for the year 2011 by the Board of IT Education and Standards, Government of Karnataka. Dr. Vasudeva Acharya has published more than 30 research papers in journals and has presented papers at reputed national and international conferences all over, which are held in India, Australia, China, Canada, Nepal, and Malaysia. He has guided 4 PhD scholars affiliated to Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Belgavi, and is presently guiding 4 PhD scholars under NItte, deemed to be university, and 2 scholars under Mahe Manipal. He has been nominated as a Board of Studies member in MC department, a member of Local Inspection Committee of VTU, a screening committee member for faculty recruitment in VTU and Goa University, and a member of the expert committee for PhD pre-registration interviews at VTU. Dr. Acharya is the senior member of IEEE, Association of Computer Machinery, Computer Society of India, and the Operational Research Society of India. He is also a member of professional societies such as ISC, Indian Mathematical Society, Ramanujan Mathematical Society, Academic of Discrete Mathematics and Applications, Advanced Computing and Communication Society, and the Cryptographical Research Society of India. He has served as Chair Treasurer and Secretary at IEEE Mangalore subsection. He has been honored with the Outstanding Service Award from IEEE Mangalore subsection, Teaching Excellence Award from IEEE Computer Society Bangalore chapter, and also Outstanding Small Student Branch Counselor Award from IEEE Bangalore section. He has also been selected as the Regional Mentor of Change for Atal Tinkering Labs established in schools under the Atal Innovation Mission, NITI Aayog, Government of India. He has also served as the organizing chair for IEEE International Conference IEEE Discover 2.0 2020 and has chaired several IEEE conferences. Apart from academics, he is also interested including Yakshagana and Kannada literature. We are truly honored to have such an eminent academician, researcher, and mentor as our chief guest for today's program. I now respectfully invite Dr. Vasudeva Acharya to address the gathering and share his valuable thoughts with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. I am very
Welcome.
honored to be the chief guest of Atal FDP program valedictory ceremony. Of course, it is a great honor for me to be associated with this particular Atal FDP. Of course, I remember recently I had been a resource person in one more Atal FDP conducted in our institution only. Anyway, it is a great platform for all of us to learn and share our knowledge, everything. But we must, of course, the topic that has been selected by the organizers is really, great, because cyber security is something, we hear everywhere. It is not only in engineering colleges, but also everywhere. Let me not specify some names and all, because recently when I was having my vacation and I was in home, suddenly at 11 o'clock in the morning, one police came to our home, and I was a bit scared because I had not applied for any passport or anything like that. Suddenly they came, sir, are you free? Then they told that we have to do some cyber security awareness program as part of the cyber security week. So of course it was a relaxed thing. But see, please note that even police people are very much concerned about it. And of course, as a citizen of the country, everyone, starting from the child which born yesterday, and all elders must be aware of it. Because, of course, you know that today's children, before they uh, keep books or pens in their hand, I think they start using mobile phone. And the mobile phone is the first entry into cyber crime or cyber uh, uh, problems, whatever the associated related problems. So that we must be understanding that one. So a lot of scams are happening, lot of things are going on, and yes, of course we have a lot of tools are available to tackle this. We have too much algorithms are there to tackle this, but they won't work unless we are aware of it, unless we are cautious about it, and unless we are prepared for facing such consequences. And I have seen some experts who are experts in cyber security, and they message in WhatsApp or Facebook saying that my account has been hacked, and please don't hit to any request from anyone for money, etc. So such things are happening very regularly. Therefore, awareness, preparedness is the uh, trend of the day, and we need of the day. So in this context, I think making people aware of these things is very much essential. And of course, digital forensics is a very interesting area as far as research is concerned. Digital forensic is a very interesting area, even with the investigations are concerned. Of course, we have to see that if we have to prove something and prove someone as criminal, definitely the forensic evidence collection, maintaining it, and validating it, verifying it, and at the end proving it is a really an interesting as well as very tedious task. So in this context, I think the FTP has opened a lot of opportunities to know, to share the topics related to that. That is very important. So I urge the participants, just submit your answers to the uh, questions that is been asked by organizers, and get the certificate and submit in the college for uh, FDP participation or performance appraisal. And what I expect is it should go beyond that. At least in every course that you teach, everything that you do, I think you have to make your students, your children, your neighbors, your colleagues be aware of what is going on, what are the new things that are coming, what are the challenges that are to be addressed, and what are the risks involved with all these things must be propagated. That is very, very important. And even I think in your subject, whatever you are teaching, I think somewhere you can definitely make digital awareness or cyber awareness as a one topic which could be propagated to the students. That is very important. Otherwise, uh, it is just a for the sake of certificate we attend and go. No, that should not be the cases, because as I was involved with some school activities and all, it is very, very crucial that the people from village are not aware of what is going on, because sometimes they will get some messages, they will click that, and they will fall into trap. And in some cases, a lot of such things, traps are happening, scams are happening, and people are not aware of it. And please note that this is not the case with only village people. You might have heard that those who were in medical profession, or even in who were professionals, were victims of these types of crimes. Therefore, I urge the people, the participants, to spread the awareness. Whatever you have learned, if you are a researcher, please improve it. Please improve it to get more insight, to make it more perfect, to make it more accurate. If you are a teacher, teach them to your students. And being a citizens, please spread the awareness among all whom you meet, greet every day. Uh, with this, I thank the organizers for inviting me to spend some time, uh, of course, in a useful event. And I am very much thankful for that. And I am sure that participant had a great learning for last 6 days, and they have lot of things to acquire, and definitely they will just stop it. They will not just stop there only. They will expand it. They will spread it, and uh, they will make sure that they will help India to become uh, cyber aware country, and free of cyber crimes. With this, I thank again all of you for your patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a profound and thought-provoking address. Your insightful perspectives and inspiring thoughts have added great value to this faculty development program. We are truly honored by your presence and sincerely thankful for your gracious words. It is our great pleasure to welcome Mr. Samarth Bhat, a distinguished cybersecurity expert and the technical director at Infosec, Bangalore, as today's guest of honor, a trusted advisor to law enforcement and government agencies, as well as a respected international conference speaker. Mr. Bhat is widely admired for his commitment to strengthening cyber resilience to research, training, innovation. We are truly honored to have with us, sir, today. I now request Mr. Samarth Bhaskar Bhat to address the gathering and share his insights. Over to you, sir.
Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good evening to all. The honor and privilege to address at the valedictory of the 6 days FTP program. I think it has been a normal activity or continuous activity to maintain this benchmark for Alvas, especially Manjunath sir and Aslam sir. Whenever they handle any event, they make sure that the benchmark is carried out very strictly, and also the delivery is perfect so that we can expect what is the outcomes without any hesitation. So, speaking on FTP, moreover, wherever we see today's FTP has become just a learning exercise. But here, FTP, ATAL FTP, the main intention is to go beyond the learning exercise. It has to, because we have students where who will be entering into the IT world and making their own careers, more as well as we are also a part of today's digital world, because today entirely India is on digital world. When I say digital world, we are completely dependent on our digital infrastructure. If you take internationally AI vibrancy index, that is artificial intelligence vibrancy index, India stands third on it. And in terms of security, and again in terms of literacy, we are very weak. What do we mean by that? Is that we are very poor at adapting? No, not at all. We are the only country where who could do the vaccination program without even any normal hesitation or normal any bottlenecks, anything. So we have the adaptation part. The only thing is a proper direction and process which is required. So here the faculties play a phenomenal role at this point of time, where you need to address the students, because today's students are very much capable, no doubt. So that shows that yes, faculties and institutions are doing the things in the right way. The only thing what is missing is a probably a small gap, that is on a what should be the direction and what should be the milestones. So if that is being clearly conveyed to the students. Now, again, when we are conveying to students, I understand how tough it is because APPLE Apple, when we say it's very tough for them to make them imagine an apple. And when we are speaking on cyber threats, how to make them aware of this. So, such kind of programs where industry experts come and deliver, where make a hands-on activity, that will definitely help the faculties as well. So today, faculties are no more just teachers. They are mentors, they are research-oriented persons as well as they need to run institutions. Institutions, it's not like any corporation because we take any MNC corporation, there is no corporation which is beyond 50 years if you look into it in last 100 years. But if you take most of the education institutions, it is beyond 100 years. So it's again because of faculties only. So when there is faculties, it means that there is a strong delivery. So in today's digital world, cybersecurity plays a big role, and especially these kind of programs help and address the gaps between the academic and industries, so that it can we can no more be only tech support engineers. We can be a tech leaders as well. So today, India is a huge opportunity. So most of the companies are most of the investors are running from various points of the world to India so that they get a handful of human resources, especially English speaking, especially IT enabled, especially computers who know programming very well. So with this, if there is a cyber security, if they know cyber security with awareness, definitely it will be a deadly combo. So I would thank each and everyone who are involved in making this program very successful, including the participants, and wish very all the best to everybody. And also request to please not just make this as a normal exercise. Please go to your institutions, make the students learn it out. So because if you train around 10 students, it will be very much useful because we'll also be experts, and again it will be a great resource for the industry as well as for the society. Thank you once again. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Manjunath sir. Thank you, Aslam sir. Thank you, Alvas.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for gracing this occasion with your presence and for sharing your inspiring thoughts and deep insights for today's program. Sir, principal is there, sir. Manjunath, sir.
No, not in
Okay,
there.
sir, fine, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. I now request Dr. Manjunath Kotari, HOD of CST department, to address the gathering and share his concluding remarks. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ramya.
Okay, sir.
Now we
Thank
came to the end of this particular program, the valedictory program of a ATAL sponsored faculty development program conducted by Department of Computer Science and Engineering in association with a great 7 industry personalities, those who are contributed to this particular grand success of ATAL FDP. On the nutshell, I would like to thank this particular youngsters group of a cyber security team, especially for contributed their knowledges to all our faculty members, especially first day, Mr. Samarth Bhaskar Bhat has taken a fantastic ethical hacking particular part, as well as on the yesterday he has taken a digital forensic part. Similarly, Mr. Bharat Kumarian has taken PKI standards and many more details. Even Mahesh Vastras sir also taken a fantastic role on the third day. Similarly, Venkatesh L. Sharma has already contributed on the first day inauguration, as well as the session APT, that is Advanced Persistent Threats sessions also he has done very nicely. Along with him, Mr. Shivling Salaki and also Kaushik Jian has taken a very informative session to all our faculty members. At the outset, I appreciate all our faculty members, especially 246 participants are registered, out of which 170 on average, if I take the daily thing, 160 to 170 faculty members are listening this particular FDP. very actively. I appreciate them in the evening hours, even after the completion of their particular day in a college. I know that how hectic is with the students or examination process, valuation. Along with that, all these faculty members are listening this particular and active listening, active participation with the resource person. It is a very, it actually it made a grand success of this particular 6 days FDP program. And especially I would like to thank, along with the resource persons, ATAL, that is AICT, the learning and development, and for giving an opportunity for our college for conducting these particular online sessions, all the 6 day sessions. And thanks for that. Even I would like to thank our management for providing an opportunity for all this particular. And my special thanks goes to our chief guests of the today's program, Dr. Vasudeva Acharya, sir, is the past chair of our IEEE MSS Mangalore subsection, and also the chief guest of today's program, Mr. Samarth Bhaskar Bhat. And I would not I would like to give the one more acknowledgement, my co-coordinator, Mr. Aslam B Nandyal, for coordinating with me in all aspect on daily basis for conducting this particular from the day one for proposal writing to till the valedictory program. And thank you for your contribution, Dr. Aslam. And all my department faculty members, as well as my department students, especially Ramya as well as the Nisha Naik, for on a daily basis, you are alternative days, you are the MCs for the various like a resource person introduction and many more things. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, everyone. And also, I expect some feedbacks from the participants for this particular program. You can switch on your mic if possible, audio also you can take, and you can give some feedbacks if anyone voluntarily would like to give the feedback. You are welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, this session is very useful to me, and I'm going to handle the subject digital and mobile forensic now. So this FTP is very useful to me and my students also, and I learned a lot of things about that, and I learned related to the cyber security too. So very nice session, sir.
Good evening, sir. I am from Mumbai, Sandhya Deshpande. Last semester, I taught that cybersecurity and law, and in coming semester, we have a digital forensic. So, firstly, I learned this 6 day digital forensics. Now, our semester will start on 12th of January. So, I have the very much confidence and very much key points threat in this particular digital forensic. So I got very much confidence and all the things regarding to the digital forensic. So I'm very much thankful to regarding to this FDP. And here I again mention that in month of December, I have attended one FDP in NItte college. So I also means continuously updating the knowledge regarding to cybersecurity and their particular digital forensics. So I'm very much thankful to this particular ATAL FDP in digital forensics. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. This is Jayanti Prabhu from MGM College, Udupi. I've been very benefited from this 6 day ATAL sponsored faculty development program, which has been conducted by Alvas. The sessions were very useful. Especially, I like the sessions on cybersecurity landscape and one more session by Mr. Samarth Bhaskar Bhat. It was very engrossing, interesting, and informative. Mr. Venkatesh L. Sharma's sessions and Mahesh Vastra. So to name a few, I actually am very benefited from this program, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akhila, and I'm currently serving as an assistant professor in Marwadi University, Rajkot. So, as a person who is, constantly in touch with both the topics, that is cybersecurity as well as digital forensics. So, these 6 days were actually a kind of conceptive revision for me, plus getting exposed to the viewpoints of industry persons. It was extremely beneficial for me, and I'm hoping that whatever I gain from this, I'll be able to implement in my classes also, so that they can also benefit. So thank you once again for organizing such a beneficial FTP for us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, sir. My name is Sumita, and I'm as an faculty from CGC University, Mohali. And I want to really be thankful for this FDP session to all the speakers. Uh, the session has really been well organized, and it was like very knowledgeable as well. As I'm going to teach this subject in my curriculum as well, so it was really helpful for me moving forward and educate the students in this direction. um, Moreover, I just want to check that about the as a certification as well, that if I have to motivate my students in the initial stage, what certificates I can suggest them in certification in this field. And second, definitely I'm also looking forward to get into at least one certification in this field, which would be helpful for me as a personally growth also.
Okay, I think Ramya, we can move forward if there
Okay,
is
sir,
no.
fine, sir. Okay. Thank you very much for Dr. Manjunath Kotari, sir, for your valuable and thoughtful address. Your words have truly enriched today's program. We deeply appreciate your time, insights, and encouragement for making this faculty development program a grand success. And also thank to all the feedbacks who have given, and they'll take use of this. I now invite Mr. Harshvardhan C. to propose the vote of thanks and bring today's valedictory ceremony to a formal conclusion. Thank you, everyone. Thank you once again.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Harshavardhan, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, AIET, Moodbidri. On behalf of the organizing committee and our institution, it is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of the valedictory ceremony of the ATAL Online 6-Day Faculty Development Program on Digital Forensics in Cybersecurity. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Vasudeva Acharya, professor at NMAMIT NItte, for graciously accepting our invitation and for sharing his insightful and inspiring address. Sir, your valuable
Thank you, sir.
thoughts and yes, sir. Sir, your valuable thoughts and guidance have truly added meaning and inspiration to this valedictory session. Thank you, sir. I'm equally grateful to our guest of honor, Mr. Samarth Bhaskar Bhat, Director, Reverse Engineering Infosec, for his esteemed presence and encouraging words. Your interaction and perspectives have greatly motivated all of us and enriched the overall experience of the workshop. Thank you so much, sir. Our sincere thanks to our respected principal on his absent, Dr. Peter Fernandes, for his constant support, encouragement, and leadership, which played a vital role in the successful conduct of this ATAL faculty development program. A special word of thanks to all the participants for their active involvement, enthusiasm, and keen interest which greatly contributed to the success of this program. Thank you, one and all. I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere and heartfelt gratitude to all the eminent resource persons who generously shared their expertise and experiences, making this ATAL FDP truly enriching and impactful. Thank you, one and all. And our special thanks to Mr. Bharat Kumar N, Security Consultant, Hyderabad, for his valuable insights and practical perspectives, which greatly enhanced our understanding of the subject. Thank you, sir. We extend our sincere appreciation to Mr. Venkatesh L. Sharma, Security Officer at Delta Exchange Singapore and Ethical Hacker, for his engaging sessions and for sharing real-world industry practices and cutting-edge knowledge in the field of cybersecurity. Thank you so much, sir. We are grateful to Mr. Mahesh Vastrad, founder and managing director of Agamya Cybertech Dharwad, for his expert guidance, inspiring thoughts, and for connecting theoretical concepts with the practical applications. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Shivalinga Salaki, Program Manager, SciSec, Karnataka State's Center for Excellence in Cybersecurity, for his informative and insightful sessions that highlighted the importance of cybersecurity initiatives at the state and the national levels. Thank you, sir. We also extend our sincere thanks to Mr. Kaushik GN, Research Scholar, IIT Dharwad, for sharing his research insights and academic perspectives, which greatly benefited the participants. Thank you so much, sir. We deeply appreciate the time, effort, and commitment of all the resource persons whose contributions played a pivotal role in the success of this ATAL faculty development program. I would also like to express our sincere gratitude to the faculty of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, AIET Moodbidri, for their wholehearted support, cooperation, and active involvement in organizing and executing this workshop successfully. Thank you, one and all. A special word of appreciation and heartfelt thanks to our students, Ms. Ramya Nipani and Ms. Nisha Nayak, for their dedicated support, active involvement, and sincere efforts in assisting with the coordination and smooth conduct of this ATAL workshop. Thank you, Nisha and Ramya. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Vivek Alva, sir, Managing Trustee of Alva's Education Foundation, and Dr. M. Mohan Alva, Chairman, Alva's Education Foundation, Moodbidri, for their constant encouragement, visionary leadership, and unwavering support served as the foundation for the successful execution of this ATAL workshop. Thank you, sir. We are deeply thankful to AICT Training Learning Academy for sponsoring and for providing us with this wonderful platform to organize such a meaningful and intellectually enriching workshop. The support and vision of ATAL have truly enabled us to foster continuous learning, skill development, and academic excellence among faculty members and researchers. I would like to place on record our sincere appreciation for the dedicated efforts of the FTP coordinator, Dr. Manjunath, ATAL Faculty Development Program at AIET. Thank you, one and all. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vasudeva, sir, and also Samarth, sir, for joining us this weekend in the busy schedule.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Participant, please note, I already shared a test assessment for Google form here in this particular and also I would like to share it in the WhatsApp group. You have enough time till 9 o'clock. You can do that particular assessment. Very cool manner. And also, various materials I will share shortly by one already updated in the portal also. And the remaining materials I will share by tomorrow. And your certificates will be generated after filling the marks. I think it may take this time, by Monday or Tuesday. Certificates will be available after you give the feedback in the ATAL portal itself. If you go to the ATAL portal, there is an option called feedback, and your attendance is full and like 80% and more, and your marks also qualified. And then if you give the feedback, automatically it will generate in your portal itself. If not, I will support. Please do contact with me.
उस चने में तुम नमक डलवा के ले गए थे बेवकूफ आदमी। हाँ बस तो फिर वो गल गए थे, वो तो अच्छा मैंने खा के खत्म कर दी, तो पानी नहीं छोड़ेगा। हाँ तो ये और ले लो, अभी मिलते है क्या यार, अभी रात को बैठकर मूवी देखते हो खा लेंगे, ले तो चलो भूख लगेगी। हैं बढ़िया हो गया हमारा। है तो अभी तो पियेंगे नहीं, सुबह की चाय बन जाएगी। अभी गर्म नहीं करूंगी, मेरा मैं सब गई थी तो वही लेने आ जाऊंगी मैं तो। हाँ